So we were visited by a group of people we didn't know before,
وجينا على كنيسة.
and we came to a church.
وأهلي كمان أول شيء إجوا أهلي. فأهلي إجوا لهون وحبوا هيدي الكنيسة وحبوا الأخوة والخدام.
My parents liked the church here and the people serving.
كان تعامل الخدام كان غير، يعني تصرفاتهم غير، ويعني طريقة حكيهم غير.
And the leaders who were serving in the church really had a significant way of treating us. It was just different.
You're listening to Journey of Hope, Heart for Lebanon's podcast. We'll be talking about stories of change and discipleship happening in the country of Lebanon. I'm your host, Elio Constantine. In this episode, we'll be talking with Akram. Akram's family moved to Lebanon when he was just 6 years old. He is now serving God through his involvement with Heart for Lebanon's Hope on Wheels children's ministry. Akram's whole family have become believers since their arrival in Lebanon, showcasing that we have a unique opportunity to share the love of Christ with refugees who would otherwise never know that he lived and died for them. Akram's faith in Jesus Christ is the most notable thing about this young man. He is dedicated, he is passionate to help children know that they are loved by God through Christ. We hope Akram's story is inspiring and encouraging to you. So stay tuned until the end of this episode to find out how you can help change the world for a child just like Akram. Akram, tell me about you. What do you do with Heart for Lebanon and the journey of coming to Lebanon?
أنا أكرم غالب بيرم. أنا من خلفية كردية.
Okay, my name is Akram Ghalib Bayram. I'm Syrian with a Kurdish background.
أنا عشت طفولة صغيرة بسوريا.
I lived a short childhood in Syria.
فبداية الأحداث بسوريا،
At the beginning of the events in Syria,
بي قرر إنه يجيبنا على لبنان.
my dad decided to bring us to Lebanon.
بعدين اجوا اشخاص من غير من كنيسه رح اجوا عملوا لنا زياره.
And then we were visited by a group of people from a church.
انا كنت صغير وقتها، هيدي الحكي عم تحكي من 12 سنه تقريبا.
This was 12 years ago and there was still a small boy.
فعزموني على مدرسه الاحد.
And they invited me to Sunday school.
وبعدين اهلي شجعوني انه خلص انه روح بتصير تتعلم اكثر.
But my parents encouraged me to go to learn more.
صرت روح دائما على مدارس الاحد.
I started attending Sunday school classes.
وحبيت كثير وتعلمت كثير قصص وآيات.
And I really liked it and I learned many verses.
وبعدين سمعنا هون بزحلة عم يعملوا جمعية اسمها هارت فور ليبانون.
And I heard that in Zahle there was a Heart for Lebanon that started to be formed.
فاجوا اشخاص لعنا وعزمونا ما كنا نعرفهم نحن.
So we were visited by a group of people we didn't know before.
وجينا على كنيسة.
And we came to a church.
واهلي كمان اول شيء اجوا اهلي. فاهلي اجوا لهون وحبوا هيدي الكنيسة وحبوا الاخوة والخدام.
My parents liked the church here and the people serving.
كان تعامل الخدام كان غير، يعني تصرفاتهم غير، ويعني طريقة حكيهم غير.
And the leaders who were serving in the church really had a significant way of treating us. It was just different.
بس أنا بعدني كنت بعدني واقع بأفكار إنه كنت من بعدني مسلم، وكثير واجهت تحديات، إنه كثير واجهت تحديات كرمال إنه أنا مسلم وكيف بدي أروح على كنيسة وهيك. يعني كنت بعدني عم مارس طقوس الإسلام.
I was still a practicing Muslim, and this was a struggle for me. How am I attending church while still a Muslim?
Akram, you pointed out two very interesting things I want to talk more about. My first question is, how can you describe when you saw the difference between your previous community in Syria and when you came to this new community? What was different about it?
اختلاف بدين الإسلام كان دايما فيه انه قتل وحروب ويعني كثير اشياء، ما كان في محبه. لكن بمجتمع المسيحي لقيت المحبه ولقيت التسامح.
I could pinpoint the main thing was love. In Islam, there was lots of war, hatred, but in Christianity, people love each other and they talk about love. So I guess love is the main issue, the main point.
لقيت كثير اختلافات من كمان لانه الاسلام كثير كل شيء مثل كأنه انانيه، يعني بدهم كل شيء يكونوا اني عم ينشروا الدين تبعهم، والدين تبعهم هيدا شيء انا بقى مؤخرا عرفت انه الدين تبعهم غلط. فانا شفت المسيحيه كان في اختلاف كبير، وكان في محبه وتسامح، وكثير اشياء تعلمتها انا بهيدا المجتمع.
In Islam, I felt that they were somehow greedy. They were calling out for people to follow their religion, which I recently found out that was wrong, totally wrong. But the main thing in Christianity was love, forgiveness, and mercy.
And the second question I want to ask you, you talked about challenges because you're from a Muslim background. What are the challenges you face today as a believer?
انا بالبدايه واجهت تحديات، انه كنت خاف انه هذا الدين الاسلام، يعني كان بالدين مذكور انه اللي بيغير دينه او شيء يعني فبيروح على جهنم او شيء يعني.
First of all, I was afraid because in Islam, they said that whoever changes his religion will go to hell. So fear was my first thing that I faced.
Akram, I want to know more about what you do specifically with Heart for Lebanon today. How do you serve with Heart for Lebanon? I know you serve with children who have similar stories like yours. What is it on your personal level that you want to give these kids to change their lives?
هلا انا بالهارت فور ليبانون انا بخدم بفريق هوب اون ويلز.
Now I'm with Heart for Lebanon and I serve with Hope on Wheels team.
انا كثير حبيت هذا الفريق
I really liked working with the team
لانه عم نغير حياه اجيال قادمه.
because we're changing the lives of the new generation.
فانا بحب اعلمهم انه اعلمهم على الطريق الصح وما يمرقوا بالظروف اللي نحن مرقنا فيهم.
I would love them to know what I learned in Jesus, and I hope they will not face the struggles that we passed through.
وبحب دايما كل ما اكون انا عم اقدم موضوع بحب دايما اذكر اختباري اللي بيصير معي بكل الاوقات لحتى يتعلموا ما يعملوا نفس الغلط اللي نحن ارتكبناهم قبل.
And whenever I'm teaching a subject, I always say what happened to me so that these children will learn and not do the same wrong things that we did.
انا كمان هلا لازم اكون انا عم طبق هذا الشيء لحتى الاولاد اللي عم يجوا ما يكونوا عم يعملوا نفس الغلط او نفس الخطيه اللي كنا نعملها قبل.
So I'm trying to teach those kids not to fall in the same pitfalls that I went through while growing up.
Akram, you just ministered to us. If there's only one thing you want to tell people to take with them in order to break the cycle of violence and hatred, what would that one thing be that you would tell them?
هلا اول شيء الزواد اللي يكونوا عم ياخذوها لمدى حياتهم هن يتعرفوا على الرب اكثر.
Well, the best thing that these children could have is to know Jesus personally in their lives.
فبنعلمهم، انا بحب دائما اعلمهم عن المحبه والتسامح.
I would always love to teach them about love and forgiveness.
كمان نعلمهم انه ما يكونوا انانيه ابدا.
And not to be greedy at all.
وما يكونوا امنين بكل تصرفات بيعملوها، ويكونوا امناء بكل حكي بيقولوها.
And be faithful and honest in what they are saying.
ما يكونوا عم يعملوا نميمه بين رفقاتهم.
I encourage them not to backbite or talk behind each other's backs.
لحتى يكونوا عم يلعبوا سوا، يكون في محبه، مش حتى عنا بالمركز، يكون في محبه بالبيت بين اهلهم ورفقاتهم برات المركز.
I want them to learn that while playing with each other, not just here in the center, but in their homes, to play with love and kindness and gentleness with each other.
If you feel compelled to help children who are living in despair to find eternal hope, then you can change the world for a child by going to heartforlebanon.org/YE. A gift of $58 will provide survival essentials for a child and their family and also introduce them to the gospel. A gift of $116 will provide survival essentials and allow a child and their family to be discipled for 1 whole year. Our mission at Heart for Lebanon is to make disciples, and that is only possible through discipleship. We currently serve over 3,000 families holistically and unconditionally, just like Jesus did. With your help, we can change the future for the next generation in the Middle East by providing an alternative to the cycle of hatred and the cycle of violence that they have grown up in. Our team is trained, equipped, and called to serve the marginalized and rejected people living in Lebanon who so desperately need the hope of the gospel. Without your help, there is no one to invest in the lives of children in the Middle East so that they can experience the love of God in tangible and meaningful ways. Again, to change the world for a child, please visit heartforlebanon.org/YE. We are grateful for your prayers and partnership. Please let us know what you think of this podcast by leaving a review and rating on whatever platform you use to listen to podcasts. We are excited to share the next episode with you, so look forward to that coming out on December 16. In the meantime, God is with you. Allah ma'akum.